Right, here with really messed up hair. You can hear the TV in the background because I'm going to do this a little bit differently than usual. I'm going to actually recap as the show is going. So we're the commercial break. So far we've had talk about basically Rashad. I'm 4-0. Marcus Jones wants to fight. Marcus Jones thinks that Rashad has promised, although I did not get that off the exchange. And Zach Jensen sucks. They did a wall walk drill. Jensen couldn't do anything right, it seemed. Although, why are you doing a wall walk drill from the center of the octagon? It's a bit weird. I don't know. I found that weird, personally. Sometimes, and a couple head movements from Wes Sims. I'm starting to wonder, is Wes Sims actually mentally retarded? Anyways, that's pretty much it for now. So, see you at the next commercial break. Realized I completely forgot about Matt Mitroni's shoulder injury, which I'm going to get to right after we get to Zach Jensen and his children in the shower. I'm going to go with that term. Wes Sims apparently stepped in a puddle of Jensen's children in the shower and called him out about it. He denied it. James McSweeney was just a bit weird about it. Like, we're all adults, we'll laugh it off. I get sick from my accent. I get sick thinking about London. Okay. Might want to get a doctor to look at that. Anyways. And then we move on to Team Rashad's training. Matt Mitroni hurt his shoulder the previous time and wanted a cortisone shot. Rashad said no, which kind of makes sense because if it's not really injured, you don't really go with the cortisone shot. So, but whatever. He saran wraps, for lack of a better term, his arm to his body to immobilize it. Trains with one arm and 2 legs, a lot of jogging, some kicking, some one-handed boxing. I don't know. And he wants to fight still. Rashad comes over and says, why should you fight? Basically, in a nutshell, he says, I'm a guaranteed win. I'm like, I don't think so. Of the 4 fighters that have not fought, he's the worst. The other 3 are kind of, I'm not really sure how to rank them, but they're all ahead of Matt. Put it that way. So, really, I think the only guy I think he's guaranteed to beat is Zach Jensen, which I think anyone is guaranteed to beat because I think he is number 16 in the house. He's the 16th seed. The other guys, I think Junk would beat him. I think Marcus Jones has a pretty good shot of beating him. That's the guy they apparently want him to fight. But we'll see. And I think Daryl Shriver, or not Daryl Shriver, Wes Sims would probably beat him. Because he's a guy who's used to overpowering. I'm not sure he can do that with Marcus Jones or with Wes Sims. Anyways, Rashad says, it's not so much Rashad and the coaches don't think he's hurt, but they're annoyed that he wants to fight without proving himself in the gym. That's their deal. Team Rampage session, Wes Sims is grappling with Zach Jensen, catches him in a triangle, and he passes out. Either didn't tap on time, or Sims didn't let go on time, or he didn't tap at all. Rampage said it was very embarrassing. Having been choked out in practice, I don't find it really that embarrassing. I mean, if you're deep into a training session, you're a little dehydrated to begin with. Any little choke can do it. Like, I choked on a guillotine once. It wasn't really deep. Like, I was entirely unworried about it, and just, but, you know, the fact that we've been drilling guillotine and guillotine defense for like an hour probably didn't help matters. So, anyways, that's the show up till now. See you next commercial break. Alright, we have, let's see here. We have more talk about Matt Mitron's injured shoulder. He wanted to ice it instead of doing bag drills and just work his uninjured shoulder. And I think Van Arsdale put it best. There's an injury and then there's an owie, and that's an owie. And if it's really hurt, you shouldn't be fighting anyways. The majority of Team Rashad thinks that he's faking it to get a later fight, which I don't seem to understand because he keeps saying he wants to fight first. So I think the team's being a little bit harsh on him, but the coaches aren't, if that makes any sense. He should be icing it at the house, not playing football and basketball. Not that that's going to hurt it, but I mean, if it's really sore, it should be sore then, not just in training. We have the only one that seems to really get it is Mike Wessel, I think, which is he's been playing football for a long time, and he's a bit new to the MMA sport. And you know, in MMA you deal with dings up. I mean, you deal with the owie, and you train through it. You take time off for a proper injury. This just doesn't seem to be a proper injury. We get the fight pick. Justin Wren, Wes Sims. Wes Sims we've seen fight before. He fought Frank Mir, of course. He's a powerful guy. He's got some wrestling, but he's a little bit too tall to be a very good counter wrestler because you can get underneath him fairly easy. That being said, you know, it's a difficult fight for Justin Wren, but Scott Junk, who was originally supposed to fight Justin Wren, would have been a much harder fight. A much better wrestler, much better all-around skills, I think. Sims is very tall, but he doesn't really use that reach terribly effectively with striking game. His striking game isn't very effective, so I'm going to take Justin Wren by decision, probably. So there we go. Marcus Jones is upset at the pick because he wanted to fight, which I don't really understand, because do you really want to fight Justin Wren, a guy who probably beat you, or do you want to fight a guy you have maybe a better shot against, like Mike Wessel or Matt Mitrone? I'm not really sure. Like, Mitrone is supposed to be the guy to fight Marcus Jones as far as Team Rashad is concerned. So far it seems. I mean, they may have changed it up. They changed up Wren and Junk when Mitrone spilled the beans, so it's quite possible that they changed that up too. They want the clean sweep, but I think sometimes you know, I don't really know who's going to beat Junk. Maybe they should just say Mitrone is a sacrificial lamb and beat the rest. Anyways, shut it back on. So we'll be back next commercial break. Alright, we got a little background on both fighters and a little bit on Kimbo. Anyways, background on Justin Wren. Travis Lutter guy, I did not know that. Good Greco-Roman wrestling pedigree, I knew that. He's a tough guy. He's one of the top fighters in the house. He believes this is a battle of experience versus youth, him being the youth. He's at 22 years old. He believes that his skills are just more evolved than Wes Sims and that he'll win the fight, basically. Then we go to Kimbo talking with Wes Sims and Wes Shivers about he, you know, really wants a second chance. He asked Wes, if you like twist your ankle going down the stairs, can I fight? And Wes Sims said, you're gonna push me down the stairs if I say yes, are you? I don't know. Sometimes I think the producer's made a deal with Kimbo and he knows it, but I don't know. Or maybe that's just the mentality he has to keep going, to keep motivated, to train. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. We get Wes Sims' background. He of course pulls the Hammer House card. Kevin Reynolds, Mark Coleman, etc. He wants to put on a show. He wants to either win viciously or lose devastatingly. And finally, Rampage wants him to fight tall, fight big, and use his height as an advantage, which is a good plan. Anyways, I'll be back. Right. Fight's coming up. Dana White's a bit of an idiot, picking Wes Sims based on appearance. Dana, you should know better. Thing is about it. Is it weird that Rashad's teaching his fighters to be really aggressive when he's more of a counter fighter? Found that a bit weird. Anyways, we'll be back. Alright, we had the fight. A little stand up. Repulse takedown by Sims. Wren tries again. Gets him down. Side control. Mount. Side choke slash arm triangle. Weird because Frank Mir could not tap him out with that. So there's a result I really didn't see coming. Rashad gets in Rampage's face about not supporting his fighters. I somewhat agree that Rampage has to take some responsibility, and you know, fighters are kind of used to having their coaches back them, and he's not. Daryl gets pissed next episode at Rampage, wondering what is said. Zach Jensen apparently sniffing some shorts. I think Zach Jensen gets injured because it looked like him in the clip they showed when Kimbo comes back in. Or in theory. They could just be seasoned that because of the Marcus Jones too. Anyways, that's all for this episode.